one of them moments that's been just
Been
laying,
waiting.
It's waiting.
Brother, waiting.
You hear me? Top of the year, first show of the year. What we talking about, man? Come on, you made it, man. You made it. You hear me? You made it.
Yes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone's in good spirits. Everyone's
Yes,
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
people, you already know what time it is. I go by the name of Zoosh, aka Guyver.
And it's your boy Juicy Freckles here, aka the Fresh Prince of Dominica.
Yes.
I almost slipped up there, you know. I almost
Almost.
slipped up there still.
You
but
are
we're
now
2026 now.
Yeah, you can't. You hear me? You're tuned into the Screen Runners, here to give you everything on and off and behind the screen. And as you can see, stepping into the new year, special guest business, you know. Special guest business.
Now, Zush, hear the thing, yeah? I knew when they announced Stranger Things is doing a final season, I was like, you know what, yeah, there's one person. You see when you find someone that's an ally in regards to something that you like, and they don't mince their words, but they're about that life. I was like, all right, cool. I need to reach out to the big dog himself to try and, you know what I mean, swindle him. Maybe a little bit of candy or something, or some basketball, some sneakers. They didn't take a lot. He was like, I'm going to turn up for you, bro. I said, say no more.
I hear it, man, because he ain't no stranger to the platform, to the new side of things. You hear me? To the Screen Runners. You hear me? But yeah, definitely had.
He's a friend of the show.
Yeah,
man.
That friend of the show. Friend of the show. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yo, everyone, I'm Mike, otherwise known as Big Mike out here. 08 for Instagram handles. That's all I do. I don't do TikTok.
Jesus Christ.
Too old.
Come on. Oh, you don't do TikTok?
No, do you know what's funny? I actually went viral the other day for a basketball post. Everyone in my school, anytime I walk, oh, you're the guy that did X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I don't know what you lot are talking about, you know? I don't have TikTok. Someone showed me and then blew up. I was like, I might have to get on this thing now, innit? But
yeah, I was about to say, I'm not gonna lie. I weren't the first to jump on TikTok, but it's kind of happening. That's where everything's popping off. All right, man. It's all right over there. Engagement and views be taking off over there, man.
That's right.
I hear it. You lot been doing your thing. I've been locking in still.
Yeah. This trying to keep it going, bro. You know? Trying to keep it going. But how's everyone been though? How's everyone's new year been, man? What's the first few days been like?
Nice and quiet.
Yes, agreed. Catching up on a lot of stuff. I finally got round to watching Weapons. Finally.
Oh, okay. That was late.
Yeah.
And the rest. Yeah. Brother. Jesus Christ. Okay. Wait. Yeah. Holy moly guacamole.
We'll have to wait for
Woo!
you.
Yeah, but I was edge of my seat, like, I don't like this little Caucasian kid.
So I ain't seen it.
I
ain't seen all of it. I ain't seen all of it.
You up. I'm gonna set you up. What's the last good film you watched? What's the last good film you watched? Because you said you've been more in the movies.
Now You See Me 3.
That's the one I ain't watched, you know? Is that
Bro?
good?
Honestly, I'm a Now You See Me fanatic. I'm all here for it. The second one, I was like, do you know what? If it finished, I'd be okay with this ending. But what they've done, I'm here for.
So there might be more. There might be.
Okay.
All right. Let me go check that one out.
Yeah.
A little review there. I wasn't too sure about it. I'm a fan of the first two.
Yeah.
I've been hearing mixed. Well, to be fair, I don't feel like I've been hearing enough to okay, cool.
I didn't even know it came out in cinema. There was no marketing for it. I saw it on a bus and I was like, but where's the trailer? Nothing's come out.
Yeah.
Was in cinema for a bit and then I watched it last night, in fact. Sick.
Mike, don't trigger me about marketing and movies, please. You'll trigger me to go into a whole
it's been on a whole
I don't know what's example, Fallout. Are we fans of Fallout? We're fans of Fallout.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
The second season came out in between Stranger Things. I'm like, whose genius idea was it to drop this in between Stranger Things? Why
But
not
no
drop it
one
in the new
thought.
year? You should drop it Monday.
No one
That's true.
communicates.
That's true.
That's what it is.
Oh man, I'm
Like,
just like, yo.
at least have an insider be like, all right, this is dropping this time. We can't drop it then because it's going to impact
Then
sales, views, all that type of stuff. We need to drop it here. But that's
make
the world.
sense
No one
after the
thought.
tail end of everything. Nothing's out. Let's just start with a clean slate. It seems
Yeah,
like simple mathematics. I just don't know how it
simple.
don't get done.
Yeah.
Bro, the head of Marvel TV said, we got this Wonder Man show coming out. Oh, snap. You said Stranger Things coming out December. Yeah, we're going to move that to January 2026. Let's just leave that runway clear. So, bro, what we do? And Fallout's a great show. That's one of the
Great
best shows on
show.
TV.
Great show.
That should
Bad
be
boy
the show to start 2026, not, oh yeah, we'll pick up the crumbs left from Stranger Things, but oh, Stranger Things back this week. Uh-oh, where's Fallout? Oh, long, brother. Anyway, let's
we're here to do a job now. Here to do a job. And seeing as you've mentioned it so much times, let's get straight to it, man. Let's get straight to it. You know, we're here to talk about Stranger Things, the last and final season. It's been a long time, you know. It's been a long time. It's 2016. You know what it is, yeah? It's when you're watching like a couple little clips and you see how young they were.
Yeah.
See, man, they were super young. And it's like, you know what, this was, I kind of like that. You kind of feel like, all right, cool. We kind of grew a little bit with them. I mean, we weren't exactly youths back in 2016, but, you know, it gave me that childhood feel back, you know, that Goonies feel. I keep mentioning that because that's one of the reasons why I even watch Stranger Things. It's just, it gives me that Goonies feel a little bit. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's been a long journey, especially if you've been here from the start, but we're finally got to the end. Yeah. What did you lot think, speaking of marketing, what did you lot think about the hype around Stranger Things, man? Was you here for it?
I think because we have a guest, I'm gonna let our guest go first with every question that's asked, and then you know. So go ahead.
Was you amped for this when you heard?
I was. I love what they did with the actual Netflix sign, and then it went into the upside down.
Yeah.
That I'm here for. The soundtrack.
That was neat.
So when certain songs like Diana Ross's Upside Down they played, I was like, these small little things that you're doing, I'm here for it.
Okay.
Did I like the 4, was it 3-4 or 4-3-1? I get why they did it. I think one of the episodes I might have put into the second half to either make it finish on something that, I can't wait for New Year's Eve. Like I was anticipating it, but I wasn't like. I actually watched it on. When did I watch it? The second? I watched it on the second, so I didn't actually watch it that night. Whereas,
so that's kind of an indication of how you weren't really super amped for it. Like you was here for it, but it was like it's not like WrestleMania 95. I gotta stay up for this. You know, like it weren't that. I hear it, man. I hear it.
I suggested in a previous conversation we had where I was going off at Netflix about marketing. It's like, yo, you have 8 episodes between Christmas Day and New Year's Day. I believe it's 8 days.
Yeah.
You could have just had the whole world in a chokehold.
Literally.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know Thanksgiving's a big thing in America, but not everywhere celebrates Thanksgiving. Christmas, for the most part, obviously there's some religions that don't, but majority of people celebrate Christmas or pattern up for Christmas. The Stranger Things chapter 1, episode 1 dropped on Christmas Day, all the way through to New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I think we would have had a totally different experience in regards to
and those are the days no one knows what day it is. No one knows. No one does anything. So, give me my leftovers on Boxing Day in a Stranger Things episode.
Episode 2, let's go. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand. Same thing we just keep saying. Yeah, me. It seems like simple maths. It's like it's almost like they're
Yeah.
trying to like step on the show a little bit. You know, it's like what we doing here? We can deliver this better. We could put more behind it, make it a bit more. But I mean, it done job though for the most part.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Since it's
Yeah.
dropped, all you heard is
Yeah.
Stranger Things. Like it done job.
Yeah.
It done what it needed to do. Like that's all you've been hearing for the last 2 to 3 weeks. Stranger Things that, Hawkins this, Demigorgon that, Vecna this. Welcome to
Vecna.
Dairy.
Don't get
Slightly,
me
yeah, back
started.
to the Dairy. Almost, yeah, me. Harlem shake
Don't
these
get
men
me
off their
started.
spot. But
Hey,
yeah.
and the Diddy documentary. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was higgy. It was turbulence for Stranger Things. They weren't looking, promising. They didn't have a clean run. They weren't flawless. Yeah.
Nah,
They
the
weren't
victory
flawless.
wasn't flawless, but we got there in the end, man.
It was not. It was not.
So let's
yeah, we're dancing.
we're dancing. We're moving like some Michael Jackson backup
We're here
dancers.
now. We're here
All
now.
right. So from 2016 to 2020, essentially 2026, right? Because it came out New Year's Day for us here. 5 seasons. Averages about 8 to 9 episodes, depending on what season you're watching.
Yeah.
Brother Zush, I'm going to ask this question, and I'm going to let you answer after our guess, and then I'll answer after you. But we're here after the finale of Stranger Things. It was directed and written by the Duffer Brothers, okay? I think that's very important to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Did they stick the landing with this series finale? Good brother Mike, over to you.
Did they stick the landing? I think the landing was a bit shaky. They landed,
Okay.
but I feel
Yeah.
like one of the wheels was a bit crooked, a bit loose. So it wasn't a smooth.
So there's a little bit of turbulence.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I think that's the best way for me to say.
Brother
Yeah,
Zush?
I think the best way I can put it when you say landing is, like gymnastics. When they're on the mat and they're doing the flips, it's like, and they land, and the knee kind of touches the ground a little bit. It's a little wobbly. The ankle goes. It goes.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, the knee's on the ground. I don't know. The flip was mad. Mad. Triple, double, somersault. Like, we're here. Kind of as we're coming down, it was a bit booky, and you saw that, and the leg just kind of went. Yeah, that's how I feel. That's
okay. Here's the weird thing, right? Because this was always going to get compared to a certain other small global phenomenon show in regards to did it stick the landing in its final season, right? And I think looking at this one, you might actually give the other one a little bit of a bly, because the other one kind of ran out of source material to stick the landing. So it's almost like
no. There's no bly given to that.
Okay.
To the 3-letter word.
I wouldn't have said source material was the reason. I would have more like given them a bly just to. Nah, it's hard to give them a bly. But if we're just saying, imagine these were the only 2 shows ever made.
Yeah.
Like, these are only 2 shows in the world. So we can only compare the 2, yeah?
Yeah.
The way these man over on Netflix ended the show.
Yeah.
After these man over here ended it.
You should have learned.
It kind of, but it kind of makes me look at HBO a little differently now, because they did such a mad thing. Like, I don't know. They both did a complete mad thing to me, to be fair. Like,
I think this show did a better, while there was turbulence, they landed their plane. The plane was landed, I think it's fair to say. But there was turbulence.
Fair.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think why... Okay, so let me put it like this. I think why I was expecting this show to have a smoother landing than the other one is because the other one, which we're speaking of, they were working with a certain amount of books. And then when they got to the end of the books they had access to, it's like, well, hang on a minute, we still got to do 2 more seasons. We don't have any books. Whereas these guys, they're working from their own homework. So if anything, it should have been wrapped up in a bow nicely. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the comparisons, like, you might give those other guys a bit of a blight because it's like they were kind of freestyling it a little bit, whereas these guys, you lot set up the box of toys we're playing with.
Yeah. And to be fair, let's be real, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier landing. A lot more of an easier landing. And they did land it, like you said, but it was shaky. The other show, I feel like they didn't land. Like
fair enough. No, they went like this.
Yeah. They didn't.
Whereas these guys was like, whoa, yeah.
I could agree with that. Let's talk about characters quickly, man. Mike, who was one of your favorite characters in the beginning, and was they still your favorite character when we got to the final?
Oh, Dustin was my favorite. He got a bit corny in the last season. I think he finished strong with that speech, the graduate speech. I think he landed that well.
Even that was a bit.
Yeah, but it was very Dustin. But it was Dustin with essence of Eddie. So
he was honoring Eddie. Yeah, because that's what Eddie said he would have done, right? Yeah, so I respect it for that. Yeah, but Mike's a cock blocker. But anyway, Karen.
He is.
Now talk about it. I don't like the way you putting smart on my guy's name.
Nah, I couldn't. Mike's another one. I've got a lot of stuff to say about him. A lot of stuff.
Shit.
But in fact, I think Dustin was my favorite. Did he end my favorite? Nah, Steve was my favorite.
Steve.
In the last 2 seasons, Steve's been that guy to me.
Okay.
His character development.
Talk about a redemption arc, boy.
Honestly.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I
thought they were gonna kill his bitch ass off. I'm not gonna lie. I thought they were gonna kill him, but
yo, I was like,
the whole world would have gone mad. And I feel like they heard all of the speculation that Steve can't die in the last season because there's no way he drops off and then it goes black. You know what you were doing.
yeah, I was kind of vexed at that, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted him to die. I don't have anything against him. Like, he's one of my favorite characters. But the realness is, someone had to die, bro. Someone had to die. It was crazy that no one died to me. Like, it was crazy. Like, someone had to die, and I thought he was gonna be a goner. And I was like, all right, cool. Last season, like, let's start writing some characters off, man. Let's start Walking Dead this bitch. Come on, you hear me? And the fact that they didn't do it, I was a bit cheesed because that was a tease. Like, you basically knew what you were doing. Like, and it was a tease. I knew you weren't going to die, but I wanted him to die. So the fact that he still didn't die, I was like, yeah, I don't know how I felt about it. But,
so, Zush, off the back of that, who was your favorite character to begin with? And clearly it wasn't Steve at the end. But who was your favorite character at the beginning of the show, first season? And did they remain that at the end?
I think my favorite character was probably Dustin as well. Again, he just had the whole... He embodied that feel for me, the Goonies and the 80s. He just kind of had that personality, the look. Like, he kind of embodied that for me. But same thing with Mike, man. They kind of made him corny towards the last season. Like I said, he looked a bit sloppy all the time, and he was like, he still had the scars. And it felt like they didn't really care too much about Dustin's character towards the end, even though he still played quite a major part. I wasn't really feeling his character towards the end, if I'm honest. The speech at the end, I weren't mad at the actual speech. I was more mad at how they just ended the show, but we'll get to that in a bit. My favorite character at the end was Mike, though. Mike was my favorite character the last season.
Okay.
Not the last episode, though. They played him.
Woo!
Yo, the way they had my boy looking, screaming L was crazy. Trying to turn him into a will. I don't like the way they did now. They done him dirty. The way they done him dirty.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, all that hand grabbing. No. Yeah.
Last season was Mike, but that last episode, I don't know, it was up in the air, boy. What's up in there? How about you, Drift?
You know, it's a free for free. A close second, I'm a cheat. A close second was always Lucas. But I guess the less said about that, the better. And then in regards to new characters from season 3, I think it's when they popped in. Erica was always my MVP. I think it's season 3 she came in. She was always my MVP from then.
Yes.
I loved Erica.
I
Was
forgot
just
about
like
Erica, man.
that's the they made you feel like that in this season.
Yeah.
But yes, it was Dustin. I liked when Dustin started fighting back. Like he wasn't being a pushover in this season. Like in the chapter 1, he was doing certain things. It's like, Dustin, don't do that, bro. I feel like them man are gonna pack you up. He was still him and Lucas were still my guys at the end of this season. And there were certain highlights they gave Lucas where they showed you like Lucas has got them runners on. And I was like, that's my boy. They're giving him his Captain America moments. But yeah, I would say Dustin still remained. Him and Lucas remained like my favorite too. But with what Zushi's saying, I did feel like I didn't need a red wedding, but I needed some things to go down.
Bro, someone in the gang needed to die, bro.
Yeah, and I don't like how they set up the one. Man, I'm not. Hey,
say it with chest.
The person that they decided to kill, I was like, So that person was in probably the worst episode we've ever seen. You bring her back. She's kind of doing her thing. And you lot decide, everybody, that's the one that has to go.
Yeah. That was weak, though. That's not, she's not gang like that. She's not gang
right.
like that.
So we didn't care. We didn't care.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was looking for.
When Hopper left her, I was just like, so? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like, Norm. You hear me? Norm.
That's that time.
All right, cool. Yeah. In fact, it kind of cheesed me off to know she was still alive, spoilers, like, to do what she did. I was like, really?
Allegedly.
How long she been conscious for?
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation. That whole killing scene. Like, because he would have had to activate them powers ASAP.
All right. Let's get into people that we were just like, why are you here? Why? Whose phone did you read and see there was an invite to a Stranger Things party? And he goes, I'm gonna go to that, and I'm gonna start. Screw this, I'm gonna start. What was Linda Hamilton's character there for, bro? What we doing? I know she was Sarah O'Connor back in the Terminator days, so she's an OG in this whole cool. But you could have had bruv, my neighbor could have played that role, and the same outcome would have happened. What was she there for, bro?
Yeah.
She brought nothing to the show except you know her from Terminator, so she's an OG. What are we? And then you got little what was her name? What's her name, man? Nancy doing her best Sarah O'Connor like cosplay with a gun. Like the gun was bigger than Nancy. I'm like, you want to be Sarah O'Connor?
Nancy real turned into some Rambo, innit? Like, I don't know where they started getting all these skills and confidence from. It was like in season 4 when Hopper turned into He-Man. I was like, hold on, wait. When did you start wheeling swords?
Her character, Dr. K or Dr. J, was a total waste of space. Whatever they paid her, they could have got some up-and-coming actor, paid them less, and got them to have that little shine to say on their CV, my writing credit, my acting credits, I've been in Stranger Things. The military, brother, don't get me started on the military.
Waste of time.
What
was the point? What was the point? What was the
all
point?
That power for what? All that manpower for what? There's not been one fight where you've gone in trying to look for this Vecna character. You're still looking for L, and L is not even in like the biggest fish right now. Right. What are we doing? We're not even getting to no one's yard no more. What's going on?
You lot in volume 4 of chapter 1 went and met right in the middle. These demigorgons are popping up like it's springtime and flowers.
Yeah.
You lot are getting murked. That's one of the
Mm.
best season Stranger Things from season 1 to 5.
Yeah.
And you lot are still focused on L. L's not your problem. You should be trying to get with L to be like, how can we resolve this issue? Because this shit, we're getting packed up out here. Like, you lot want to clone more L's. You lot should be trying to want to clone these Demogorgons, bro.
It made no sense, bro. No sense whatsoever. No sense. Like, and to know, again, we get to the end, what happens, and then where's the military? What happened?
They
like, where are
out.
they? What's going on now?
Done.
Yeah, or just like that. All of that. They set out big base, you know? Big base. What now? Waste of time. Waste of time.
Sorry, I diverted a little bit.
Quickly, though, to go back to what you said, though, like with the whole Sarah O'Connor thing and whatever. Do you feel that's more a nostalgic feel to throw in there just because those who would know?
It was nothing. It was nothing. There was no relevance.
Yeah.
There's no relevance.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, but the problem is the point where they shot themselves in the foot even more. You had the main guy from the military that we don't care what his name is, but he got more screen time and was doing more stuff than she was meant to be doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
But she would just come up as like, get the child. Where's the child?
Yeah.
Where's the child?
You're right.
With that thing that was wrapping around Hopper. Oh my gosh, it doesn't like the heat. And all right, but what are you doing about it? It's not like you were doing experiments to try and clone it, like you said, or try to use it. You're just doing what?
Bro,
just making experiments.
Guys, I'm not a writer's writer, right? But I feel like we've given enough source material and a clear vision. I might be able to write you at least a little half an hour scene. What I can't understand is these men have set up they've got the Stranger Things homework playbook that they're taking from. Whatever they say is law and is gospel.
Yeah.
The military have come into Hawkins because there's some supernatural stuff going on. These men don't even know about Vecna. They just know about this upside down thing. They don't know what, as far as I'm aware, they didn't know what Vecna looks like. They just know there's something else down there. We need to find out. Cool. You're trying to get this girl called Elle. You lot randomly have used a friend, a sister, the one that was representing a certain community that you lot just killed off mad quick. But anyway, that's it's Trump's America. And then you lot go, instead of trying to get her on side with you you are chasing her, but the things that are causing the most chaos out here, you lot ain't trying to, like, bro, imagine you're going war, Russia's dropping bullets, boom, 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 you lot just go, hey, send out the DGs, and like about 100 Demogorgons are just rushing into Russia. What Russia gonna do about that? But you lot are chasing L.
Yeah.
You lot show us this scene with these broken down. They're cloning these. Trying to clone these babies. They have these women just laying on their back, pregnant. Where are these women? Did they die? We just killed off a bunch of pregnant women? What's going on?
Literally.
Tell them why you mad, Brizzy. Tell them why you mad.
What happened to them poor women that was birthing these children? You just killed them all off. Bruh.
Bro,
and again, the military didn't even think, if this goes south, we need to hold one or two of these women that are pregnant with these copycat L's for us. Let's just park them away. They were out and exposed like there was sausage rolls in Greg's, bro. You just walk by, oh, look, there's one. Raw, she's kind of thick, you know. Rotting. How many babies she have? Yo, this thing's got a little booty on her. Hey, when you done giving birth, all like your boy, okay? Bro, it's mad. He was all mad.
Nah, tell them why you mad. It was random. It was a lot of collateral damage. There was a lot of wasteful scenes and a lot of just things that you could have just left on the floor. Going off the back of that, though, what was your most disappointing thing about this, Mike? Like, what was your most disappointing scene and moment?
You know what?
The actual ending.
The 6-minute fight we had with the mind flare.
Yeah.
Like, there's no Demogorgons. There's no dogs.
What was that about?
What was that going on?
Like, we're here now. We're here. What? We're here. We're on your turf now.
Exactly.
And no one?
Where are you?
Nobody?
Duffer
Bro,
Brothers said,
that was
they were around, but they didn't. Vecna had no idea that they were going to do a sneak attack. What?
what?
What are you talking? Bruv, you have will. You've tapped into will.
Hold on.
Don't tell me you
They're
don't
all
know.
in each other's minds.
Right.
The thing's called a mind flare. What? Don't get me mad.
Right. Mind flare that can't look into no one. Nah, you're mad. Nah. That whole fight scene,
Nah, they mugged it.
I was like,
They
there
mugged it.
should be more. They should have seen a whole army of them demigorgons and things start rushing once the mind flare was starting to get beats. And then it's a case of, how are we going to fight them? Da-da-da. And then L comes.
And does
fights off
whatever.
half of them. Will starts activating and starts taking out people. Like, what are we doing? That's a fight scene.
We'll start.
And then
on his neck.
Back to my point. If these dumb military mofos had realized the bigger problem isn't L, L's an ally, more of a threat, more than a threat, sorry. The real problem is these demigorgon
That's how they
gardens
could
that are
have
running
been
out.
introduced and boom, boom, boom. Now we got a whole thing going
So
on.
that scene there Mike's talking about, just when we're like, oh snap, because they could have wrote it where the military are still and ahhing, like, are we chasing L? Or are we gonna believe what these kids are saying and say there's a bigger threat? And we don't know what the outcome's gonna be.
My friend.
Yeah.
Then they go to where the mind flare is. Our OGs, we're gonna call them the Stranger Things Goonies. And then Vecna goes, "Welcome to my world, idiots." I'm paraphrasing. Then he unleashes the hounds of the demigorgons, and we're all sitting there like, "Well, this is it.
What's
This is
happened?
the red wedding. They're all done."
And to add on to that, it justifies these man just having knives on sticks and managing to take out a whole mind flare. If you got the army there doing what they're doing, now we got a whole war going on.
Right. And at that specific moment when you think, our crew's gone, you know.
Oh, we're done. Yeah, we're done.
The army, the military then pop out of nowhere and they're like, they don't give no explanation except we're here because we've made an executive decision. There's something we believe these kids. Then we have an all-out war. Military, boom, boom, boom. When you got Bart Simpson's tools being used to take this mind flare down, I'm looking at it like...
They had bone and... Bro, they had water bombs on the bow and arrow and shit. I don't care if it was some action shit in there.
A flare gun.
It was...
A flare gun.
Did he even use it?
He used it and it knocked off some connecting thing. But a flare gun. So we can go to war against a kaiju style spider with a flare gun and a stick with a knife at the top. Cool.
Big Vecchi.
Right.
That was
on the subject of Vecchi. Because I like Vecna. I don't like what he stands for, but as a character in the show, I like Vecna. Vecna stands 10 toes.
He had that Age of Ultron upgrade from season 4 to season 5.
He leveled up.
Upgrade.
But explain this to me, gentlemen. What was the point in highlighting his backstory, which I liked? I liked how they explained how he went from this little Boy Scout to Don Vecca. Yeah. Explain to me why they introduced a scene where you're sitting there on your couch or however you was watching it, going, well, Hamburger, maybe Will is going to tap into him to let him see, like, yo, you're just being used as a host. This isn't you. Like, we can redeem you. Bucky, you were controlled by mind control, Bucky. That's not really you. You can come over to this side and help us defeat the... Just for him to go, what? Nah. I'm not being controlled by nothing.
No. I chose
this
to be him.
This is me.
Yeah.
I chose to be him as a kid. At that age, you decide you're a bad youth.
Yeah.
What was the point? Because there was no redemption arc for him, so there was no point doing that, making us think like you can bring him over to the good side. Yeah.
There was never meant to be. There was meant to be cracks in where they showed how his human side was kicking in, but he negated that and was like, nope, I chose to be here. Me and the Mind Flayer are one. So they tried to create the story of, oh, he might be redeemable. And then he was like, yeah, nah. I'm here on purpose.
So there's no point.
Which was silly. That I didn't even look at that part as deeply as until you just said that, because I was more thinking they're just kind of making out like he wants him to say that, innit? The mind flayer is still controlling his mind. Like, of course you think it's just you, but by saying that, you kind of ruin the whole human side of it, and you get in that little,
bro,
okay, oh.
When Joyce does what she does, they were hoping you was going to have some sympathy for him, but there's no sympathy because it's like, you've just told us he's not redeemable. So why should I care with what happens to him? He's not redeemable.
Yeah.
Done his dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's the way that he killed him to kind of get everyone to agree with the fact that, look what he did to every character. Every character
absolutely
had a reason to swing the axe. But Joyce is like, you took my son? I bet. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm taking a head.
I respect it. One of the, because there are pluses in this, and I do want to get to the pluses of the show as a whole, bro. Again, I feel like we wasted time on certain things we didn't need to waste time on or to explain. Listen,
I know exactly what you're doing.
Address the elephant, man. That's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. I was wondering maybe we'll get into this. Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Here's the thing, Will.
Talk to Noah. Don't talk to Will. Talk to Noah.
Yo, you see, you know it. No, I'm joking. Will. We, the viewing community, Will. Spoiler alert, we knew.
Yeah. Bro.
We knew. And you know when you took any kind of doubt or hesitation out of our mind, it's the classic scene that's now become a meme where you were speaking to Mike in the back of the car, and then you turn to the window and you go like this. It was at that moment that we said, oh, we knew. We thought there might be a 1% chance we're wrong. Oh, we're 100% correct.
But and bro, just like at the end of the season and back then when it first started, bro, nobody cares, bro. It has nothing to, like, nobody cares.
Bro, your sexuality, here's the thing. I don't think Vecna cares whether you are heterosexual or you play for the other team. Vecna doesn't care, bro. Vecna was just trying to get he's trying to get his little army together.
Well, what was they trying to do there? They were trying to make out like that was the fear that he was tapping into, though, right?
Yeah, but because of the timing, it was because of the time, though, the time period in which Hawkins was set. I guess coming out was obviously very difficult, but it didn't need to last that long.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
And here's the thing: I'm not mad at him feeling like he has to speak his truth. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying we knew that you were that way inclined, and we accepted it as a viewing public. We accepted it.
I feel like they told us without telling us, bro, already. So it was really cool. It was already like, all right, cool. I get what we're doing here.
There was many breadcrumbs.
There were signs and scenes where Mike even said, "You don't even like girls." Well, he didn't say that, so everyone knew.
Bro,
but I feel like I would, if I was Will, that moment there, we've seen that play out in many films and shows before. That feels like it would have been a one-to-one conversation. Like, Mum, there's something I want to say to you. Sits down, has a conversation over some food and that, and Mum goes, son, I already knew this. I just want you to be happy. Bro, we're in the middle of a tactical breakdown.
Why does Marty need to know? Why do half of them need to know? Tell your people. Tell your immediates and keep it pushing. No one else cares or does need to know.
Outside. Big Becky's outside. Tell me this after graduation. Like, what are we doing?
Bro, even though I could have missed that whole graduation section, even though I liked the fact that Dustin did it in the spirit of Eddie.
They dragged that, bro.
But,
let's be real.
If you could have dropped that there.
Yeah.
Bro, listen,
It would have been perfect for that. It would have been perfect because they dragged that anyway. Like, to be fair, you could have went and made a cup of tea the last 15 minutes of that.
Brother,
they could have just threw that in there.
The pacing has been an issue throughout this whole season. We're gonna keep it a buck. But that first, if we break it down into 3 sections, there's like section 1, the middle section, and then the end section. That first section, when Ish is kicking off and all that, that could have been an extra 20 minutes. Easy.
Yeah.
Make that extra 20 minutes
at the back. If you're gonna put that at the end, bro, they could have easily done that.
Make that an extra 20 minutes or so. Then the 18 months later, you could have had a little bit, even though I'm not here for it, but I like what Dustin Spirit was doing. You could have had a little bit that graduation thing. Then you could have had, I did like the conversation between Hopper and Mike where he was like, look, you can't beat yourself over. So that could have stayed in there, a little bit of that, condense that down. Yeah. We do the graduation. Mike cock blocks Dustin, but then Dustin's like, nah, let's go. They go to the party.
That was a mad cop.
Bro.
Honestly, I've got a better idea.
Go play Dungeons and Dragons. That's about to get man's first piece of crutches.
Right. A chick is talking to you, and you're saying, nah, do you know what?
Yo,
let's just go play D&D instead. What?
She was talking to Dustin like he had chocolate around him. But
literally,
you could have gone to the party and then Mike would have said, hey guys, the night's still young.
Let's go.
I have a suggestion.
Right.
And then you end it on the D&D, because for me the D&D thing was Chef's Kiss. I loved it. That's how it started. That's how it ended. Yeah. Chef's Kiss. Yeah. But there was too much filler to get to that point.
So much filler.
And where was Erica when the rest of the kids come down to play D&D?
To play D&D. It's real. It's real.
Where's Erica, brother?
Where was the invite?
Instead, we had Erica looking like a housemaid, letting off these flare things at the graduation, and that was the last thing we saw of Erica. One of the coldest characters in the show.
Yeah, the mad little gadget for some confetti. It was all a bit nuts, but
But I think we should end on the high notes. For me,
yes. What do we love about this, man?
That D&D scene, Chef's Kiss. I just feel like we could have got to it sooner in a better way. Yeah, but it was Chef's Kiss. I liked Hopper. I feel like Hopper definitely slowly started to pick up pace towards the end, because the first 2 chapters is a little bit like, but Hopper was, do you know what I mean? Did his thing. What else is there, man?
I've got 2 scenes.
Holly, hey, internet, leave that Holly girl alone, man, because she was good for what they was asked her to do. She did well. All right, maybe she had too much time.
And that's where it was, It was less of Holly's fault and just how much screen time and how much responsibility they actually did give her just out of nowhere. I think that was more of the issue with that.
But she killed it, man. I went from look at the cool little sister to snap. She's actually picking up on things, and she's outsmarting Henry, not Vecna, but she's outsmarting Henry. A shout to a man like Derek. I was like, yo, bro, we're bringing in another new character. But Derek was funny. I did like Derek. Derek added, and we needed more interaction between Derek and Erica. I felt like that was
that would have been hilarious.
That would have been sick.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to big man like Derek. And I just feel like, just to wrap it on what I enjoyed, the visual effects was sick and all that. I just feel like the D&D scene, when they started talking and Michael's like, well, this is how this person's future's gonna... Bro, I think those were real tears. I think those kids were sitting there filming that going, this is it, Like, after this, it's a wrap. So them tears, I feel like those real tears. Yeah. I got to go start living in this... I got to start living in them houses. I got 6 mortgages for now. But I think there was the real tears, and I won't lie, I was a bit like, damn, bro. Like,
I also think that last little moment, if you don't know much about D&D, like I'm not gonna make out like I do. I just know of it. Yeah. That kind of sold it to you a little. It made me understand it a bit more. I
did Google D&D like a little D&D set.
I was like, so basically, I'm a storyteller. Like, I'm just making it. I can do it. Takes a lot of imagination, right? It kind of sold it. Definitely sold it. What was some of your favorite moments, shall I say, with Stranger Things, Mike? With a lot.
Will's power unleashed.
Okay, sorry. I thought. Okay, yeah.
No, that was a moment. That was.
Nah,
That
he
for
went,
me,
he went bad.
It would have been one of the best
that
moments.
for me
Yeah.
probably made his. I hated Will. Like I was just like, oh, I just can't stand him. That
He was
made me
annoying.
do a complete 180. I was like, Will, you're a bad man. The way you
Yeah,
you got
for
all
real.
3, and then did the Vecna body. Yes. Now we're gonna see Will as Will the Wise, the sorcerer. Now we're gonna see Will. I was like, yeah, I'm
Living
all
up
here
to his
for it.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And when Vecna made Hopper think he killed Elle, that for me, I was like, Hopper, what have you done, bruv? What? Please don't tell.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, if you
Yeah.
done out Elle, there's no hope.
Yeah.
There's no hope.
Yeah.
There's
That
no
was. I
hope.
forgot about that moment. That was
That was
slick.
rough.
That
was
was
rough.
slick.
That was rough.
Because when it happened, I was like, Hopper, what are you doing?
Yeah. I was like, no, it's not real. It's not real. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was mad.
That was rough.
Mad.
She sacrificed herself, but she had already kind of made a promise, a pact with Hopper. I will find another way to allow me to have my future.
She just went,
though, isn't it?
She didn't actually say anything. She just nodded.
So I'm confused. Like you were giving mixed signals. It's almost like you forgot what you wrote earlier on in the show.
No, but technically, she didn't commit suicide though. It was an illusion, isn't it? Really?
Allegedly, we don't know.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
You can see if you watch that last scene when they're being put up on the van, the truck.
Yeah.
You can see the door in the background open. There's no wind at that time.
I need to check it. Okay.
You can see the door.
You see why I said we had to get this guy in? You see why I said we had to get this guy in? Yo, Inspector Gadget, bro.
I believe the food that they were giving us was real.
What Mike was cooking up at the end, I was like, well, yeah, that could happen. Yeah, I mean,
you saw the realness.
I'm gonna go look at that still. This guy, brother. Do you feel they use most of their heavy guns in chapter 1? Like, chapter 1 ended with that dope cliffhanger where Will was like, all right, everyone shut the F up. Let me show you how bad man do these things around here. Right. Wasn't volume 1 the same part where obviously Miss Wheeler got attacked by the Demogorgon, right?
You know what I think also, you know what I think
the booby trap episode, the Home Alone episode, that was in chapter 1 as well, no?
Yeah.
When they set up the trap and Lucas had his Captain America moment, follow me, and he was running and he was like, yeah, bro. So I felt like it was heavy loaded at the front, and then the middle section was like, and then at the end was like,
you want to know the realness?
Let the guns off again.
You want to know the realness?
Go on,
being really honest.
Really honest.
It was too long. It was too much minutes, man. Like I said, you could have left a lot of this on the cutting floor. So to answer your question, yes, but it didn't have to be like that. You could have mixed it up and like spread it out and not had so much fluff in between where you would have got some of these points in each episode. So it would have felt like you're getting something each time you're watching it. But it was too long. So a lot of that was done in the first half, but it was just built with fluff in the second half where you could have just made it all make sense, and every episode could have been hitting. We could have had the Home Alone scene in one episode. We could have had this in one episode. Like, you didn't have to do all of that in the one half and then fluff it out in between. It was like, we didn't need all them hours to end this. We didn't need that.
Or, let's play Angel's Advocate. What if you shuffle volume 2 with volume 1 and then you go like that?
Then I think the hype dies a bit.
Yeah. Now, would it have died if that was how it started? If it was an episode by episode drop, or so imagine they switched it around, volume 2 because
you're changing too many formulas now, bro.
Yeah,
that's too many formulas.
That's too much.
Keep the format. I agree.
Yeah. Because I think you could get away with changing the episodes around so the middle ones begin this season if you drop them one one a day. I feel like that might have helped keep the first 3 episodes, which was volume 2, up. Then you get into the 4 for volume 1, boom. So that cliffhanger then goes into the finale, because that cliffhanger was in the wrong place.
Yeah.
The Will doing that shouldn't have been at the volume 1. That should have been more like
I
volume
get why
2.
they did that though. That built up so much.
Yeah, true.
Like
yeah.
ampness for the second half. I get that, but again, I
But
just
the
feel like
second
it
half
was,
was whack.
They can't have that much of a high and then keep going up.
True.
I think they had to come down, fluff it up a bit, but I just don't think that the ending took as steep of a progression up as it could have. I think it was more of a shallow land.
Yeah, and that's the realness. The ending wasn't strong enough. Like it wasn't. It was cool, but it wasn't what as fans like. It just didn't. It wasn't enough. Like simple shit like we've just spoke about, like the demigorgons. Like we're here now. We're past the upside down. We're on your turf, and there ain't nothing going in. And you got kids with knives on. It just weren't. They did. Yeah, it just didn't land.
And there was no actual ending about the mind flare, because the spider wasn't the mind flare. It was just the physical embodiment. Because when the kids were taken out, the mind flare particles were still going up. So where's the mind flare?
Okay.
Well, yeah, man. Let's start wrapping this. Let's start wrapping this. What? Well,
Justice for Bobs. Huh? So what you say? Okay. Yes.
So essentially, what do we think of this, and what are we scoring this? Mike, want to go first? What was your overall opinion on the finale and Stranger Things as a whole?
And then you got to rate it with TV screens out of 10, yeah?
Yeah. So how many screens you giving it out of 10?
Ooh. Okay. I think overall, for what Netflix has done, and it being a Netflix original, I think they've done really well with it in terms of the series in its entirety. I think certain seasons were a lot stronger than others. It still kept us captivated. I think there was a lot of filler episodes and filler segments which kind of took away from the excitement of it. But I would say out of 10, what is in my head is about 8.5. For what it was and for how long it lasted, I think
that's fair.
8.5 for me.
How much would you give just season 5 out of interest? How much would you give the finale season?
I'd probably give that a 7.5. I think
still strong. Still strong.
Yeah, it's still strong. I think the last, like Drizzy said, the second chapter and the finale, the last hour we didn't need. That could have been condensed. The fighting scene with demigorgons and military and other stuff explained, I think would have made it a lot stronger. Nah, I'll give it a 7.
Yeah.
Give it a 7. Take out the 0.5.
I hear it. Drizzy, talk to me.
I think kudos to Netflix, man, because boy, Netflix have a lot of hot stuff that don't make it past season 1. The fact they made it to 5 seasons is a credit to them. The fact that it's become the global phenomenon that it is. The fact that D&D sales have probably gone through the roof from the first episode of season 1 to now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good that Stranger Things have given us, especially as a viewing community. And, it's a big win. All things considered, maybe in 10 years' time, they might want to revisit it, or people will go back and watch Stranger Things again, maybe around Christmas time, whatever. I think as a whole series, I'm going to give it an 8, because while there's been lows, I think the highs far outweigh the lows, but the lows do stand out. Like, there's certain episodes you're like, oh, wait. In regards to the final season, I think I'm gonna sit down at the table with Mike. I'm gonna give it a 7. Strong first volume 1 was or chapter 1 was just super strong. Second part, but there was some kind of good things in there. And for the most part, the finale did kind of what I wanted to do, but I just felt like, again, you have to be tight. You have to be better with your storytelling and not have to use up all the time. That's why I don't. I know Zack Snyder's probably a good director, but I feel like you need to say to him, right, you got 2 hours and 15 minutes to tell your story. Go. If you can't do it, we're gonna move on to someone else. Yeah, there was a lot of fluff in that last episode, which really should have been the standout episode of this whole thing, considering it's been wrapped up. So 8 as a whole series and 7 for season 5.
All right, no, I feel like we're having dinner, man. We're all at the same
Hey,
table, man. We're having dinner. Yeah, I gotta go with 8. 8 makes
Yeah.
sense for
Yeah.
the Stranger Things as a whole. Done well. They restored the feeling.
Yes.
It is definitely one of those things that's gonna be nostalgic for the younger generation now. Just how we've been thinking about the Goonies and
Yeah.
all them things there at that time. They're gonna, when they start aging, get into their 30s, they're gonna remember Stranger Things moments. So definitely restored the feeling for that, even for us, like being a bit older. And yeah, I enjoyed that, man. So 8 is definitely well deserved. I don't want to give it a 7.
I knew you
I don't
wasn't.
want to give the last
I
season.
knew it. I knew
I
you
want to give
wasn't.
it a 7.
I knew.
Nah.
Like,
As
I
a
knew it.
whole, I'm here for it. I'm here.
Yeah.
And I did enjoy the last season. Don't get me wrong. I did enjoy it. And it didn't, like, there was moments that tainted it, but I just don't feel like it deserves that. Even after this conversation, I may have felt like it deserved a 7 before this conversation. Now I'm like, nah, y'all take that 5 off, man. Take that 5 off. 6.5, man. There was too much L. Too much L.
I'm gonna talk about 11. Yeah,
man. Too much L's in this season.
I respect it.
And I did enjoy it. It wasn't rubbish. I'd still recommend Stranger Things to people, but I ain't gonna lie to myself. You hear me?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to myself.
We keep it real. We keep it real and honest here, and I think that's fair. So on average, what's that in the law of averages? What would that be?
It's about
2
a 7
and a 6.
Yeah,
2
it's
7,
about,
right?
it's about a 7.
So I think that's not bad, all things considered.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely something to run to
man.
the screens for, man. Definitely something to run to the screens.
You know what? Yeah, I know we're wrapping up, but in America, they showed the finale in some cinemas, right?
Yeah.
I feel we may have had a better viewing experience if we were in the cinema.
Maybe.
Yeah.
What was it? It was about 2 hours, wasn't it? It was like 2 hours.
Yeah, about 2 hours and like 15 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, we always say, depending on the scenarios and situations and atmospheres you're watching things in, it does change it. It does change it a little bit. So maybe if I was in the cinema, it may have hit a little different. Or it may have been worse.
Yeah.
Being on the comfort of my own sofa, pouring a juice when I want a juice, little snacky snacks. Like,
Yeah. Now there's certain points you might have gone out to use the bathroom and came back and that for sure.
Yeah.
But I feel like we might have had a different experience watching that.
Definitely.
Like that fight sequence, for however short it was, but on the big screen would have slapped.
Would have been that sick.
Yeah. We might have had a different, or we might have felt the same, but it would definitely look different on the big screen. So
I
just wanted to put that out there still.
I hear it. All right, man. Well, another good episode.
Yeah, but fantastic.
Yeah, man. Big up Mike, man. Big yourself.
Yeah, man. Big up Mike, bro.
We knew we had to get your expertise. We appreciate that. We're gonna leave it so long next time. Don't worry, we're gonna get you back on there.
We might have to save for like a doomsday or something, something major. Do you know what I'm saying?
Here for that.
I wanted to ask though, this year being a big year for movies coming up, is there anything, or even series, is there anything that you're looking forward to?
Are we talking series like with real people? Or are we talking anime?
Anything you're looking forward to?
Doomsday, obviously. But the JJK movie and Demon Slayer movie, I'm here for. I'm waiting.
Okay, anime all day. All day. That's what we're waiting for in 2026. I ain't mad at it, man. I ain't mad at it at all. Yeah, people, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Again, thank you to our special guest, man like Big Mike, you know. Yeah, me.
Yeah.
Been
Yeah,
another
that-
great episode. We've been the Screen Runners. As usual, press the notification bell, subscribe, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of our chat. And if you agree, what you agree with. Let us know if you think we're just talking a whole heap of rubbish.
Yeah.
Yeah? No beef. No
Yeah,
conversation.
man.
Opinions. Yeah, me. Leave them in the comments.
Content is subjective,
That's
and it
what I'm
makes for
saying,
great
man.
engagement. So yeah,
That's
let us
what
know in the
I'm
comment
saying,
section,
man.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, man, until next time, you already know what time it is. We go by the name of the Screen Runners.